So today we're going to talk about some great movies that everybody loves, unless you're an asshole.
What?
What? What'd I say? Drewski McGillicuddy's 5 movies the secretary won't watch. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and earlier today I was trying to film my Step Brothers movie review, but for some reason I couldn't do it justice, so I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. So this has been pondering around in my brain for a while. Some of you might remember me mentioning it mentioning it a while back. So this is 5 movies that the secretary refuses to watch for one reason or the other. We're gonna start out with number 5, and it's John, what's his name?
I don't know.
James Cameron's Titanic. Won't watch Titanic. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Won't watch Titanic. It's got Kate Winslet, whoever that is. I mean, she's what has she been in since? You know, other than like what was that? Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about how she won't watch Titanic because she knows how it ends. Won't watch the movie because she knows how it ends. But does she? Does she really? Now, see, I'll be honest with you. This movie came out when I was in junior high. Don't fuck with it now that it's already rolling.
You look better.
Anyway, what was I talking about? When I was in junior high, I didn't want to watch this movie. Like, nah, fucking lame. That's for all those little, whatever. So, one day I was stuck out at my farm over the summer, and, you know, we didn't get cable out there, and there wasn't nothing to do. There was a field, you know, actually, you know, there's plenty of stuff to do, but, you know, sometimes you want to watch a movie. Well, my grandma had, I don't know, somebody had raided the VHSs somewhere, because I remember the Titanic VHS being a double VHS. So I was like, well, let's sit down and see what all the hubbub's about. Now, this was before I was like a movie buff, so to speak. And I didn't necessarily realize that this was made by James Cameron. So as soon as the movie started, I was like, wow, this just looks so amazing. And it continued to look amazing throughout the entire movie. And then, you know, the characters and how interesting they were. And that's what I try to tell her. It's like, it's not about the fucking boat. It's just called the Titanic. It's a fucking beautiful story about 2 people that are from opposite ends of the spectrum that fucking meet and fall in love. And then, you know,
There are so many plot
spoiler alert. Who gives a fuck about plot holes? You watch so many fucking horror movies. You watch so many horror movies with so many plot holes. That's ridiculous. I mean, every movie's got some kind of plot hole.
Yeah, but I
Unless
can suspend my disbelief for a horror movie, not for that tripe.
Listen to her. Now let her know in the comments section how blasphemous it is to have never seen the Titanic. Now, I feel like I should have put that one higher up on the list because that's like, you know, that's a grand old scale thing. It's grand. Yeah.
And back in the day, I didn't care for Leonardo DiCaprio, and now I just don't give a darn to watch a movie that long that I don't want to watch.
It's not that long. It's not that long because
Yeah,
it's good.
It's 2 VHS
Once it starts, you're into it. Anyway.
Billy Zane just irritates the shit out of me.
Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. For fucking blah. We're moving on to number 4, which was, what was it? Look at me.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're supposed to be ready with these things. Okay, number 4. Now, a lot of you might not have, I don't know how old none of you people are, but when I was a kid in the 90s, this was the movie. And it's from Disney. And that's Blank Check. And she won't watch it with me. Hates kids. Can't stand kids in movies. But this kid, he's charming. And this is like every kid's dream for something like this to happen. Okay? There's other movies. We're gonna have to make another list for another day of her movies that she won't watch, because I got plenty of kids movies she won't watch. They're fucking amazing, regardless of what the IMDb score may be. But we're not here to talk about that one. There's one that's in my brain that I'm not telling you about, but don't worry about it. We're talking about Blank Check. Now, this kid, he gets a check from his grandma for his birthday, and it's blank. So he goes into the bank and tries to cash $1 million check. And somehow, I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil it for her. She doesn't know what happens. I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to tell you.
That's
all
elder
I can tell
abuse.
you is this
That
kid
is elder abuse.
ends up with $1 million. He buys a fucking castle, all the TVs, just everything you could ever think
He
of.
robbed his grandma.
This movie, no, it's not. It doesn't come from his grandmama's account. You have to watch the movie to find out what happens.
What had happened was, it's a stupid movie.
No, it's not. It's like every kid's dream, and it's just fun to watch. It's a great, fun movie from Disney. I mean, come on. When's Disney? I mean, never mind.
I was an adult.
But this was
when
back in the
that movie came
90s,
out.
before Disney started making bad movies. I think. Other than that, I don't remember any bad. Not that Disney makes bad movies. It's just they're not as magical as they once were.
And why is that? Because
I mean, look at the
adult.
sequels to the Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Blank Check, and she won't watch it. And have you seen Blank Check? Let me know how much you love Blank Check down below. And then we're moving on to what? 5, 4, 3, which was like, what? We were just talking about this the other day. I should have watched this for Thanksgiving, but she's a bitch, and she wouldn't do it. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Now, I have everybody know, when I say things like that, I'm most likely joking, okay? Anyway, Addams Family Values, okay? I forced her to sit down and watch the first one. She tried to pretend like she didn't like it, and she's still trying to swear to this day that she doesn't like it.
I don't.
Because she's a big... It's over there somewhere. I'm going to pause the goddamn video. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Here it is, right here. Uh-oh, I'm breaking it. I'm breaking stuff.
I will kick your ass.
See, she's got this, but she try to act like she don't like the fucking movies, whereas, I mean, I watched this when I was a little baby kid. When I was a little baby kid, I watched this. But, you know, once I got older, it was the Addams Family and the Addams Family Values on repeat, which I like the Addams Family Values more than the Addams Family, because I didn't like in the Addams Family how Fester was like this imposter guy, and it was like I just wanted him to be the Fester I know and love. And he wasn't. But in this one, he was, plus with the addition of Debbie, like, Joan Cusack's probably, like, that's probably her best role ever.
Yeah, Point Blank was good.
Now, and I didn't notice Christina Ricci in the first one when I was a little kid. But then when I was a little kid, I remember to this day, I was sitting there watching it. It's the part where she comes out after they force them to watch Disney movies in the cabin to lighten them up or whatever. And she comes out and she smiled all creepily. I was like, oh my God, she looked like a completely different person. And then when she did the Indian scene, I had fell in love with her, and I've been in love with her ever since. And she's coming to Horror Hound, and I'm so scared. I don't know what to say to her. I might ask her to marry me. Sarah said it's okay.
It's fine.
So they could be sister wives or something like that. Did you know there's a TV show about that? But anyway, she won't watch Addams Family Values, one of the greatest movies ever made. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's just so good.
They try too damn hard to be creepy.
And they don't try. It comes natural, like I said.
No, it does not.
Don't listen to her. She's over there eating cheese sticks.
I'm eating string cheese.
Anyway, number 2. Now, we sat down and had a conversation about how, you know, one of these days you'll sit down and watch this, right? And she's like, did I have to? Actually, it was more
I
like...
never said that. I said maybe. The
No,
movie
I'm pretty
strikes
sure the
me.
first time it was at least the first time I asked her. It was like that cut scene on Family Guy with Minnie Mouse where she's like, "Do I have to?" But
I was never like that.
yeah, she's always like that.
No.
But anyway, number 2 is one of my favorite 90s dark comedies. My Boyfriend's Back. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't sat down and done a review of this movie, because I know a lot of you probably haven't seen this movie. And if you have, give yourself a round of applause, because we are the cool kids. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I rented this all the time on VHS. I never owned it because I could never find it for sale. And then I searched for like 10 years once I remembered the name of the movie. Because this movie's like often other, just like other movies from the 90s and such, are often forgotten. And I forgot about this movie for a little bit, but then one day the song My Boyfriend's Back came on the radio, because I like old school music. And a song that came on the radio, I'm like, oh my God, there was a movie called that. And for 10 years, I looked for this movie. And then one day, I have found it at a place called Buybacks, which I think is no longer in business because they're shady individuals. But anyway, yeah, My Boyfriend's Back. It's great. It's about this guy. He's got this crush on this girl. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it. But yeah, he fakes this robbery, and what happened is he dies. But then he comes back as a zombie, and it's fucking
He fakes a what?
hilarious. You can fucking close your eyes for 10 seconds.
Nope, I'm not going to watch it for the special now.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
So there's a personal reason she won't watch the movie, even though I don't understand why I can't. I could even just fast forward, like, or skip past it and just tell her, like, hey, it just goes awry. One thing happens, and then another thing happens, and then he's dead, and then he comes back. And she's got a whole another movie. Like, there's. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We'll make a list of that some other time or something. We're going to move on to number 1. The number 1 movie that she won't watch. And this would, I mean, everybody, I need your help. Because a lot of people, prefer this one over the first one because it's a sequel. She's seen the first one.
I don't like it either.
You don't like it either. No, she just doesn't like it. Okay, which is, I can understand. But the second one, there's no excuse for not at least giving it a chance. Okay, it's an hour and 30 minutes of your life.
My life I'll never get back.
Just think of all the hour and 30 minutes I've spent on you that I'll never get back.
Baloney!
Anyway, that
not
movie's
joking.
Child's Play 2, one of the greatest horror sequels of all time. And I'm sure everybody can agree on it, except for the one person that refuses to watch that movie. I mean, I don't know what to do, people. I need your help. Basically, this video is a cry for help, because I figure if she'd see a bunch of other people telling her how she's a big dumb ignorant because she won't watch these movies that are wonderful, especially Child's Play 2. That's why it's number 1. Of course, the real number 1 is Mean Girls. Let's face it. I would rather her watch Mean Girls than any other movie on this list, but she won't do it. But Mean Girls, I've brought up a lot, so that didn't make the list because that one's obvious. Unless you're new here, she won't watch Mean Girls. But, what's just as bad is she won't watch Child's Play 2.
I don't bow to peer pressure.
You know what her excuse was for this one? Because she had excuses for all the other ones, right? Like, she knew the spoiler for Titanic. Something about, what the hell was the...
I was an adult when
Blank
Blank Check came out, so I didn't give a shit about watching some dumb kid run around buying shit.
And then
My
Addams
boyfriend's
Family
back.
Values is because she's a stuck-up
No, it's because if you watch the originals, everything is very natural. They don't go out of their way to do creepy shit. In the Addams Family movies, they go out of their way to be creepy with quotations in the air.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
And my boyfriend's back. I didn't want to watch because, again, when that came out, I was over the age of giving a shit about those
Philip
movies.
Seymour Hoffman.
The only movie I like him in is Boogie Nights.
Anyway, Child's Play 2. She won't watch because it's got a doll as the killer. But she likes dolls. Remember the movie Dolls? Well, here's the poster. Dolls. She likes that,
There's a difference.
but she won't watch this.
No.
I mean, what the fuck? What the fucking hell? What the fucking hell, dude?
Chucky irritates the living shit out of me. Why do I want
Whatever.
to continue subjecting
Brad Dourif
myself?
is one of the greatest voice actors of all
I love
time.
Brad Dourif, but not Chucky.
And guess what?
The man himself is a beautiful human being. I met him last year. Or I guess it was this year at Horror Hound. Beautiful human being.
Anyway, yeah, I can't wait till Horror Hound. We're going to make another Fallon and Wild Horror Hound edition. Anyway, I got nothing else for you. There was a movie that I just thought of that she refuses to watch that now I just have to put it on another list. But knowing me, I'll forget. So this...
Well, what was this
anyway, who gives a
bonus
fucking shit?
movie?
I'm just glad that somebody watched this movie and maybe that some of you try to help me convince her to watch these movies. If you've liked this video, you can click right here and it'll let me know that I'm not wasting my fucking time. Also, if you haven't yet and you're new here or whatever have you, there's a subscribe button. And then you can share the video, but I'm getting tired of saying share the video because the only one that shares it is Mickey Ross, but nobody watches his shit on his thing because he's an asshole.